What's up everyone, back with more Gundam Evolution gameplay, this time playing as a new character, Methuss. Haven't showed them off before. Also playing what I believe is a new map. I don't think I've shown off Lunar Comm Station before in a video. And it's a unique one, not necessarily for good reasons. Do find a sneaky spot to put my turret right there though. But we'll get to more of that later. This is pre-patch gameplay, so you will see I still have 12 shots as Methuss. The only change Methuss got was increasing their total clip to 14. So yeah, not a huge difference either way. In this, I did feel like I played Methuss pretty well this map, so I wanted to show it off. And this is a good map for Methuss. I'm not a big fan of it overall, but I do think, especially for the turret, there's a lot of good spots to put it. As you'll see right there, I have it on that ledge, and they're not really noticing it. And also just because it's just good for flyers in general. You can rotate from A to B and B to C pretty well with just being able to fly over the wall as either Methuss or Ashmar, or Sazabi actually. The axe throws, also flying with that also works, and that's probably why my friend here is playing Sazabi, because it's really good on this map as well. Yeah, just a lot of the times when you fly up in the air as Ashmar or Methuss, it's pretty easy for people to track you. I think this one with its buildings and walls, it's a bit easier to get over them and stay out of harm's way. Right here, we're pushing up on them a lot. Yeah, Methuss, you know, they're the healer character, but they don't heal that much. This game in general has a lot less healing than something like Overwatch, which I wouldn't consider a bad thing. I actually kind of like that about the game. But I do think Methuss still has the most... Well, Unicorn's armor ability might give more quickly, but the Unicorn's passive healing is definitely slower. And oh my gosh, my turret is still up, still getting me some damage on that Dom here. And here's another good spot, putting that right up there. Didn't even realize there's a Pale Rider chilling up here with me, but he backed off when I went to heal the turn A. But yeah, Methuss is... Well, you see them a decent amount, but I think a lot of people like to play Unicorn more just because it's easier to get kills. You can be a frontliner more because you give yourself that extra health. Methuss doesn't have any way, aside from flying and running away, to really help your own survivability more. You're good at helping your allies with just your regular repair cables, and your G maneuver also gives them extra survivability. But on your own, as you see here, I'm out of dashes. I use my fly. I'm almost dead, but thankfully turn A comes here to help me out, and we do manage to finish off that Unicorn. I think if they committed to the kill, I might have died. I'm trying to go for the repair here. Can't get it off. There's another thing, you know, Methuss is kind of your main support character, at least what people typically think of as a support, because it's a lot like Mercy or Medic. But you're not the best repairer, honestly. Like, it's nice that your repair cables can do it from around a corner and keep yourself in relative safety, but you still have to wait a long duration to get that repair off, so in that regard, gun tank is a lot better. Look at this Ashmar's coming to fly up to my spot, but my turret's keeping him out. Fortunately, his napalm got rid of it, though. But we've been holding him out really well, and that's just kind of what I want to do with Methuss here. You're usually not going to be hitting the top damage, but when I've got my turret backing me up, like right now, that Ashmar tried to challenge me, it did not work out. Yeah, this is part of why I'm not a big fan of the map. It's just the C point. If it was only A and B, I don't think I'd mind it that much, but C is just so far away, and if you ever die, getting back to C can be a real pain. So like if their whole team is up on it and you've got to wait for all your allies to get over there, you might just be better off waiting until the point changes, depending on where it's at. But they definitely have to contest it right here. This is the first time I've gotten any points in the round, so it makes sense they're fighting for it. We got rid of Sazabi. I don't know if there's anyone else. I do pop my G maneuver on my Sazabi because I feel like he's one of the best choices for it. Give him some more damage and survivability, but it doesn't look like anyone else is around at the moment. We got my turret placed up. Better spot would probably be for it up on top of that area where I just was, but it's not bad over there on the point itself because a lot of people like to hide behind that little cover for safety, and you can shoot them there. Hey, look at that, I finally got my first repair. I really am a medic. Well, we're forcing him off. I think this is gonna end right here. We had ourselves a pretty one-sided round there, just keeping my teammates alive and my turret doing a pretty good amount of damage. Hopping right into round 2 here. They did get their lever back, so it is still an even match. And we're starting off with C, so we're gonna take a long hike. Yeah, one of the weird things about this fight, especially about this map, especially you'll see in casual matches, is that people really like to fight at point A, even if point A is not the point where that's currently active, just because it's the closest to both people's spawns, so it's where a lot of people go. And you can go through there to get to point B and kind of get the high ground on it, but usually it's just safer to go around the outside like we did to get here to C. And they're taking care of my turret a little bit better this time. I think this Sazabi kind of slid underneath me and didn't see me. And I haven't talked about yet, the double shot ability of Methuss, I'm not using it a ton, but it actually is really good. It has a bit of splash damage, and if you land the full shot, it does 400 damage, which, I'm trying to think, I don't think a lot of, you know, DPS characters have abilities that do that much damage. So you shouldn't underestimate that of Methuss. It's got a relatively short cooldown too, I think around 7 seconds, so I probably should be spamming it more. Oh, and there's that turret spot I was talking about. Although even there, I can't really see them from farther away. I guess that keeps it safe. I haven't talked really about the specifics of the turret. It does 35 damage a shot, which isn't a ton, but just it's really hard to see. It's not like a Torbjorn turret or an engineer turret. It's really small. Its colors allow it to kind of blend in with the environment. So really, instead of putting it on the front lines to try and get guaranteed damage, I usually think it's a better idea to kind of put it in a sneaky spot where they're not really going to see it. Even though they're getting shot, they might have trouble telling where it's at. Oh, and right there, I'm getting flanked behind where I'm wonder where my allies are. It's happened a couple times this match where I felt like they kept getting away from me and I almost died. Thankfully, I am safe now. Gotta make it back to A. Okay, so now A is the most intense point. Gonna put my turret up top again, I think. I really like this spot. And I think I do, yep, pop my Chimnor on Sazabi here. He's a little bit lower this time. It does give him extra survivability, but it doesn't give him any sort of extra healing. I drop in myself to try and help. Not even a bad idea. I probably should have stayed up top and kept shooting. Because Methuss is really fragile. I like playing this character, but it's hard with how easy you are to kill. A fly helps a little bit, but in a close quarter spot like that, with the ceiling up, basically if I can't dash out, I'm done for. Come back in now, I'm just trying to clear out those mines a little bit. Missing my shots, unfortunately. And I come over my Sazabi, and there's their Methuss. Almost managed to get away. Dropped the turret. I think someone else took out the turret, thankfully. Now, trying to do one of these flyways again, but Ashmar got me. A little bit easier for him to get me than the Dom like there was before. And Pale Rider's guarding my downed body, so I did not get the revive, unfortunately. Going back in. I've got Sazabi with me, so I should be okay. Gotta find a good spot to my turret. They are doing better this round. Last time, I think they only got 10%. They're already doing better based on this. Pushing in, took out my Sazabi again, or I guess it wasn't my Sazabi, it was my Ashmar. Couldn't get the repair. Oh no, Ashmar's over there. I don't know who that was. But got the point has changed. Still sticking with these people to finish off a couple last ones, pick off Dom there. That was nice. And then we're doing a little bit of spawn camping here, I guess. Although can't take out Ashmar with him having his fly still up. Now we gotta run all the way to C, and since we took out some people late in that fight, it should be easy for us to get. I don't think any of them will be there. Maybe one or two. And then as long as I can get my turret set up again, we'll be in a good spot. Oh, there's Sazabi. Okay, he's gone. Well, I was talking smack about point C. I do think it's still pretty good for Methuss. Maybe not as good vantage points for your turret as the other 2 points, but... Oh, we got a G-maneuver coming in. Hoping they don't see me, but I am the one person they target. Thankfully, they blew it up a little early, so I did survive. I almost destroyed it, so that's probably why they panicked and blew it up then, but thankfully I'm still alive. But yeah, just really any point where you can get set up with your turret is going to be pretty good for Methuss. And I know now that I say that, it sounds like, well, doesn't any point work for that? But no, really, there are some that are better. I feel like Blackport on defense is really good for Methuss. I'll actually play Unicorn on offense, usually on that map, if I'm going to play like a support type character. But then I'll swap to Methuss on defense usually, because I think there's some good turret spots, especially more on the second point. And part of it might just be the areas where you feel confident that you can get your team to group up, because I'm not in comms with all these people, but some points I feel like teams are just more naturally grouping up on them compared to holding in front of the point, and then your turret's going to do better there, I feel like. But something I actually want to talk about here, at first I was thinking, oh no, they got C from us, we almost had the win there, but it may have actually worked out in our favor that they got it before we got to 99%. Because if it got into 99.9 and then they'd taken out from us, we would have been stuck with C point for the rest of the game. And like I said, that one's harder to take than the other points. So since they got it when we were only at 99, it still swapped to A point, and then look at that, we were able to get it pretty quick and hold it. So maybe it actually worked out better for us if they got it like that. Pretty good game overall though. I think I did well. Probably not getting MVP, that's pretty hard as Methuss. Yep, Sazabi got it. But I was healing Sazabi a lot, so maybe I can give myself a pat on the back for making that happen. Yeah, anyway, hopefully you enjoyed watching that Methuss gameplay. If you want to see more, you can stay tuned on this channel, or you can check me out on Twitch. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.